Hello everyone, welcome back to Saved by the Bell Work. I'm Emma.
I'm Caroline.
I'm Dawson.
I'm Macey.
And today we're talking about traveling and specifically stuff we did over spring break, if we did anything. So, did anyone do anything over spring break?
I was sick. Oh, I went on the news. I forgot about that.
You went on the news?
Yeah, I went on the news to talk about theater. It was pretty swag, but it's so weird seeing behind the scenes of a news broadcasting station. I have like a bunch of pictures of it. It was so weird.
I watched a movie about a news station the other day. It wasn't realistic, obviously, but it was fun.
It was so awkward because I was like going back and rushing because I had mascara underneath of my eye. Because keep in mind, this was like at 5 a.m. and I had rushed to get ready. And I was in the bathroom, there's mascara under my eye, and as I was running back, all I hear is, and coming up soon, our thespians from Fort Scott High School will be talking about this, blah, 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 blah. And I freaked out because I thought I was supposed to be in the room, and no one was in there yet. It was like another hour before I was able to go in and record. But yeah.
So, what did you talk about? Did you just like...
Theater advocacy from when we went up to Topeka and talked to like the senators and all that cool fun stuff. And then
to Topeka and talk to the senators?
Yeah.
For what?
For theater advocacy. That's the
Oh,
whole
is that why we
thing.
have like the AP theater class now? And
Yes.
Stuff? Fun.
Yeah. And then I talked about the talent show that's coming up.
Yeah.
And all
I'm
the
gonna
good
go to
fun
that.
stuff. But yeah, I don't know why I had to be
Is
on
the
the news for that.
Is improv doing a thing again? at the
Yes,
talent show?
we have to do more than normal because not a lot of people signed up for the talent show.
I was gonna. Well, I actually wasn't gonna sign up for the talent show, but the forensics teacher really wanted Joy and me to sign up for the talent show, but I said no, I'm absolutely not doing that. But I will go, so you get money from me.
Yay, money.
Yeah, money.
I would be a part of the talent show, but like I'm talentless.
You could.
Sounds like a skill issue, Dawson.
It is a skill issue. I have no talent. I mean, like, if petting a dog is a talent, then I would be.
I'm
the
singing
best.
Heather by Conan Gray.
Conan?
Yeah, Conan. Is it Conan or Conan?
It's Conan.
Conan. I don't know.
I was so scared that I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
I don't know. I don't know how it's
I like saying
pronounced.
this is completely like off topic. I like saying Timothy Chalamet's name, Timothy Chalamet, because it's like half right, but it's half wrong. It's so fun to like, because it's I think it's Timothy Chalamet, but Timothy Chalamet is way more fun to say. Okay, so
Anyways.
you were sick over spring break.
Yes, I was sick over spring break.
What did you do over spring break?
The most interesting thing I did was go up to Kansas City and do every mom's dream: go to Ross, Target, Starbucks, all that sort of stuff.
I love that.
I was
Love
starving.
shopping. Okay, final one before me.
I went to Paris.
Casually. As one does.
Casually goes to Paris.
And saw my sister and went with the whole fam.
Wait, does your sister live in Paris?
She
she's
sure does.
Like a nanny.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know what I want to say.
It's like Jessie, but Paris edition.
Yeah, and smaller children.
It's
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, smaller children. Like, how old?
11, 8, and 1.
I think there's one picture where there's a little boy that she's babysitting on her Instagram.
There's
That sounds like such
yeah.
a
There's
handful.
the little boy who's
Yeah.
1. He's so cute.
He looks really cute.
And he always wears like overalls and stuff. Oh my god. And I met him. That's my biggest accomplishment. I met this little boy. His name's Augustin. Sorry. I get them mixed up.
So, how was the trip to Paris? Was it like...
A little bit stinky.
Yeah, all the pee on the streets.
Yeah, there's pee on the streets.
As we've recently learned.
There was trash on the grounds because they were having protests. But yeah.
Okay, wait. So the protests are about how, like, the parliament raised the retirement age, right? From, like, 62 to, I think, 64, right?
I don't know the exact, but
Isn't our retirement age, like, 65 or, like, 70?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 65-ish.
Why are they so mad? It's like when we got mad because we got taxed for the first time ever and decided to start the American Revolution. And, like, now they're like...
Like the whole thing where we like poured tea into the ocean.
Yeah. It's like we got mad because we had to do what everybody else does. Yeah, I feel like it's different because they did it without permission. And I guess taxation without representation is kind of what that is too. But, like, it's so funny to me that they've decided to put trash in the streets because they raised the retirement age by 2 years.
Yeah, Europeans don't know how good they have it. And then
Okay,
they
well,
like
They're they have like the whole free healthcare thing.
Moving on from that. Okay, so Paris was stinky
Mhm.
and filled with trash.
hmm
Was like the trip fun?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I got sick and did a little bit of a
Sick
pass
sisters, Yeah.
A little bit of a faint.
out, a little bit of a
How fun.
blackout.
Ooh.
But it was in the comfort of our Airbnb, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Was the
Um,
Airbnb nice?
It's just because, well, they were doing construction on it, and so it was
I
just
like how everything is, well.
it wasn't
was
as
okay.
magical as I would like it to be.
Paris is never as magical as you'd
It's
like it to be.
really, it just wasn't what you expect it to be, I feel like. I feel like
feel
my
that, yeah.
pictures on, like, Instagram, like, made it seem like all,
Yeah,
like,
you're-
fun and, like, oh
you're
my
at
god,
the
we
Eiffel
just went to, like, a
Tower.
bunch of museums and, like, hung out at the Eiffel Tower and
Okay,
stuff.
but museums
honestly-
are kind of boring, not gonna lie.
Okay, but the one thing that I am so jealous of you went to the Louvre. That is the one thing where I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
oh my god.
I'm so jealous.
Do you guys, I don't even know if you know who this is, but Måneskin, do you know?
Yeah,
Yes.
love
Okay.
them.
So, we almost met them at the Louvre.
They're the people you almost met. You should.
Yes. That's the famous
What's your favorite
person.
song?
Wow.
I don't know. But Feel. But it is Feel.
I don't know that one. I only know like 4. I'm not like. I like Gossip's a new one,
Mm-hmm.
but sorry, I Want to Be Your Slave is just fun because
Mhm.
it's like, sorry, just coming out of nowhere. It's just like
just fun.
it's
We-
really
quirky.
loud.
Also,
and it's great.
I went to the concert in Paris for Måneskin, and it was magical. And I did almost pass out again.
You keep dropping these things on me. I'm not prepared for this. Now I'm jealous of 2 things from this trip.
I feel it was really fun, and they played. I'm sorry, but they played "I Want to Be Your Slave"
Did they play
2 times.
Oh my god! Did they play The Loneliest?
Yes.
Did they? Oh my god! Did they play Gossip?
Yes.
This is the worst day of my
Oh
life.
my gosh.
Sorry. Those are the only songs I know from them.
Just like throws
Okay,
the
I
microphone
don't want you
and
to be
leaves.
so upset that you can't talk about your spring break either. You're just gonna be.
My spring break, I slept until 2, and I had to re-record a podcast, and I ran because I decided I had to, and I had a sucky time.
I'm sorry.
In conclusion.
That
It's
is
okay.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I just, and then, because I kept sleeping in on spring break on Tuesday, how many days ago was that? 2 days ago? What, is today Wednesday? No, it's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah, so 2 days ago, I, like, fully slept until 2, completely accidentally, because my clock was messed up. So I missed school that day.
Your parents just like.
Okay, so my mom left after me, and she didn't realize that my car was still in the garage, because my dad usually parks in the garage, but he's been gone for 3 weeks, so I park in the garage.
Yeah.
And she just didn't realize. And then she didn't get any notifications that I was, like, not at school. And so I woke up, and at first I thought it was 2 in the morning, but then I was like, I went to bed at 12, but I knew I wasn't falling asleep because I did I checked my phone, and then I tried to go back to sleep, and when I checked it, it was 1:30, and I was like, there's no way I slept for like 10 minutes, and it's 2 o'clock. And so then I saw the power school notifications, and I was like, oh my god, it's 2. I have missed the entire day of school. How did I do this? How did my mom not notice? Anyways, and then I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I kind of missed school. Can you tell them that this was not my fault? So then she did, and then she was like, don't let it happen again. And I was like, Mom, you kind of have to, because I don't want to get ISS. And she was like, it's your problem. And I was like,
Oh no.
Wait, so she didn't
Okay.
like sign you out?
She did, but she said she would never again.
Oh.
I kind of understand that. Like.
I understand, but also I went to bed before I usually do.
Yeah.
I went to bed at 12.
That is early for you.
That is really early for me. And I've decided that I'm not going to do anything fun because I need sleep. I'm going to do my homework, which is too much of, do track practice, do the other projects that I have, and then I'm going to go to sleep. But it still ends up being 12 or 1
12?
o'clock because I do too much.
I go to sleep at like 7, babes. I cannot
What?
function.
7?
I went to bed.
Okay, I
I went to bed at like 2
7.
today, yesterday, because I like was doing things.
So I take a nap at 7 from like 7 to 10. I stay up until 12 and then I fall back asleep.
I didn't get home until 8:30 last night.
Why?
Because so I technically was home, but so we have early release on Wednesdays, and so we get like an hour before I have to go back to track practice. But then after school, I had to go by Walmart to get a stand for forensics, and that's a whole other thing. And then I went home, and then I had to shave because it was shorts at track practice, and I hadn't shaved in months. And then
I feel that.
I had to go back for track practice, and then track practice went longer than it normally does. So then I had to go home, work on my visual aid for forensics, and then go to a really long work night for forensics. And then I talked to my friend Joy for like an hour, did some catch-ups because I haven't talked to anyone in ages. And so then I did that, and then I got home, and it was 8:30, and so then I had to eat and do food and then pack my lunch for today, and then I started working on homework.
I could not. I do theater. Like, yesterday we went for rehearsals for the talent show, and as soon as I got home, I fell asleep because it was just so exhausting.
So
I don't have the time.
I work, like, not like all the time. It's typically like 2-3 nights a week. No, 3 to 4 actually. Anyways, I go there at like 4 and get off at like 8:30. I was supposed to get off at 8:15, but I always stay overtime because things have to be clean, otherwise I lose my mind.
I don't have time for a job.
Speaking of
need money
the whole
now.
topic of this podcast, vacations, where would everyone like want to go for a vacation for a spring
I
break?
want to go to Ireland.
Ireland?
Ooh.
Why Ireland?
Because it's pretty, and
It is
everyone's
pretty.
been to Ireland. I feel like I want to go to Ireland.
I've never gone to Ireland.
But like
I've never
all
been.
the people that, whenever people say they've been somewhere, they're like Ireland. I have been out of the United States though. I went to Costa Rica when I was like 2.
I want to go to Colombia, mostly because there's a Melanie Martinez concert there, and she's like going
Fair.
on tour in Colombia, and I'm so jealous of all the people who get to see her in her new Portals album.
There are so many people touring right now, and I want to see
I
all of
want
them,
to
and
see
I
all of
can't,
them.
and it's really sad for me.
It's so disappointing because like she was supposed to have a concert. There were a lot of people who were supposed to have a concert in where is it? Like a little bit away from here, like somewhere. I don't even know where, but it's not that far away. It's only a couple hours away. And I would be able to, and they're kind of cheap, and I would be able to see all of them, but they all canceled. All of them are canceled.
Okay, so do any of you know Claire Rosencrantz?
Yes.
Okay, so she's on tour right now. Well, she was on tour, but like in the middle of her tour, her tour bus broke down, and then she got admitted to the hospital, and like she kept fainting like all of the time. Like she couldn't look at her phone without fainting for a really long time. It was really weird. So they canceled the whole like tour.
The whole tour.
Fine.
Okay, if it weren't for Melanie Martinez, I wouldn't go to Colombia. I would go to like Spain or Sicily or somewhere in Italy. Sicily? My family's originally from Sicily, not like my parents, but like my grandparents. I am so jealous of them.
Yeah.
Like so jealous because they're like, your cousin is like doing so well and he's like doing all the super fun stuff and he's like a scientist or something. I don't even know.
I wanna
who
be a
he is,
scientist.
but he's just like
Samesies.
doing such amazing things that you can't do in America,
Yeah.
but you can totally do in Sicily.
I think I might not live in America after I graduate college, just because like
Love that for you.
opportunities. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, like my first choice is Italy because I'm learning Italian right now.
Love
I would
that.
like to move
Slay.
there eventually. But like other than that, Sweden, Norway, Finland.
Yeah.
Those 3.
Iceland.
Little guys up there.
The
Big guys
Nordic,
actually.
yeah.
But yeah.
I like, so, my family doesn't really travel a lot, so mine
Yeah.
are like really basic, like Hawaii or Venice, Italy or someplace.
I went to Hawaii over spring break. Not
That
this
sounds
spring
like
break, the last spring break. Okay, so I actually had a horrible time, and I've mentioned this horrible time to you. I don't do well with trips. I don't like doing things.
That is where we completely differ.
I'm sorry. I've been really, really lucky, and so I get to go on a lot of trips, and I very much understand that. But I am not the person that likes the trips, but my mom really does, and so it's like always a thing. And we usually do it like whole family things, so I have to like go check after my cousin and stuff. But in Hawaii, it was beautiful. It was great, but it wasn't great for me. It wasn't great for me. We went scuba diving. No, we went snorkeling and stuff, and the mask didn't fit on my head, so I couldn't go snorkeling. And I'm a very picky eater, and there's all just fish there, and I'll eat some fish, but I don't like fish. I like sushi more than I like cooked fish most of the time. It's
I've
weird.
never been on a plane before, like, to go anywhere.
I've heard that so many times, and I always do a little, check your privilege, babe, and then I, like, go back in my shell and I'm
No,
like, ah!
it's not because my family is very privileged. We are we're very well off. It's just we have 6 people in my family, and so flying is like a hassle and a half.
I've
So we
flown
always
a
drive everywhere.
bunch on my own. Like when I was little,
Really?
I flew a bunch to North Carolina to see my grandparents.
Yeah. I've almost flown by myself, but then my mom was like, I don't trust that. And I was like, I don't trust it either.
I
not
was
going.
like 7, maybe.
7?
Yeah.
I
Oh my
remember,
God.
I like 10 times.
I remember you like telling me about that
Yeah.
whenever we were in like whatever 2nd grade or something.
I was little, and I was like, la-di-da.
And you were just like, yeah, I'm going on a plane by myself, and I'm like,
I did it
Pardon?
so many times. It was like the norm.
I
See-
just figured out how to color. Like, what is happening?
It's really fun. All the flight attendants are like, how are you doing?
How are you doing,
Would you like
honey?
extra food? And I'm like, yes, I would. Thank you.
Get the apple juice.
It's so
The apple
I
juice.
love
Orange
apple
juice is
juice.
better.
Yes. No.
Apple juice is so much
No.
better
Orange
than
juice is better.
We
You
had
don't even-
in Spanish, we had a paper where it was like, how much times do you have apple juice? How many times do you have orange juice? And I literally had this thought. I was like, apple juice is so much better than orange juice
No,
last
orange
night.
juice is so much better.
No.
Juice is like,
Don't even.
Okay, let's
It's
not
like
talk
pulp.
about the controversial
Pulp.
subjects. Pulp, I don't like pulp.
Ugh.
Pulp is gross.
You have the option of pulp in your orange juice, and we have the perfect apple juice.
I mean,
No,
I
you
guess
can have pulp
applesauce
in your
is.
apple juice. Have you never heard of that? You can buy that at the store. Like apple juice.
Yeah, but
with,
you have to, like,
apple
go out of your
shavings
way
in it.
To get
Well,
your
applesauce is like apple
Pulp.
juice with the
Apples-
pulp.
Yeah.
I don't like
Actually,
applesauce.
I love applesauce.
I love applesauce.
I don't like
too.
applesauce.
Applesauce is good.
Okay.
With cinnamon on top. Ooh.
I don't
Okay, that
like
is
the
fine.
cinnamon.
What?
Oh, remember? Okay, was anyone in this class? I think Macey might have been when we were little, and we made applesauce like in. Was it like 1st grade or like something?
Kinda.
I
I
remember the
kinda
classroom,
remember
but I
that.
do not remember the grade. And so we like harvested our own apples or something, and then
I
we like
kinda
warmed them up in a microwave
Oh,
or
what?
something.
I
What?
kind of
See,
remember
I
that.
just
Yeah.
moved here like a year ago, so
Yeah.
I don't know when everyone's like, I remember
We
when
were in
we
a
were
couple
little
of the
kids and we
same
did
classes.
this.
Wait, actually,
it's like so weird.
I know that what your guys are probably talking about. Well, I moved here in like 4th grade, but my mom's a 1st grade teacher, and they like did that like a month ago. And I
Yeah.
remember being so jealous because I'm like, when I was in 1st grade, I don't remember a whole lot. Love my 1st grade teacher, Mrs. Pyle. If you're listening, you're the best. You're definitely not, but you're the best. But like, I don't remember any experiments. I remember playing with this toy bin she had, and it was like the best thing in the world because she had like these giant dinosaurs and everything. But
When I was in elementary school, we didn't we made, like, when it would be Christmas time, we'd make gingerbread men and gingerbread cookies, and then we would have, like, this giant table, and we would cover it in frosting and make, like, a city of gingerbread people, and then we would
I
put it
wish-
out at lunch for everyone to look at.
I
And
wish we made more food whenever we were
Yes.
little. Whenever we were in middle school, it was a hassle, but when we were little,
food was
That would've
amazing.
been
my
great.
main memories of making food was for the Polar Express days when we would sit before Christmas break and watch Polar
I
Express.
hate that movie is terrifying.
It is scary.
It's a little scary,
It's
but
the
when I was
scariest
little,
movie
I
I've ever seen in my
loved
life.
it.
They look like this.
Don't even.
The elves.
They
Smile
look like Ed
emoji.
Sheeran.
Sorry, pictures. Okay, so
Also, we have
just to
3
like,
minutes.
yeah, I'm sorry. Just to like get back into the topic really quick before we have to end it.
Yeah.
What is? Okay, wait. Actually, I have one more story of like actual traveling before that. So I don't know if you know my mom, obviously,
Mhm.
Macey. Have you two ever met my mom?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. This doesn't have to. Okay. Anyways, so she is absolutely terrified of flights, like genuinely horrified of flights, and so she got like prescribed medication for panic attacks to take
Same.
during flights that she takes, but she hasn't gotten the doses figured out yet. Until like the second time she took them on the way back from North Carolina over Thanksgiving, she got really, really high before the plane ride. And so she was just like, she bought a bunch of M&Ms and she like came to the like onto the flight, and then she was just like standing in the aisle while they were trying to take off, and my dad and I were like, Mom, you gotta sit down, they're trying to tell you to sit down. She's like, no, it's fine.
See, my thing, I have a story like that was when I was really little and I had like the sleepy car ride medication because I was a monster when it came to car rides when I was little. And so but I hated taking the medicine because you had to chew it and it was disgusting, but you only had to chew it for like a couple seconds and you couldn't really taste it. I was just picky and annoying, but I remember my mom would stick them in M&Ms and marshmallows, and so she had just like this bag of treats that are filled with medicine just for me, and it was just like a Ziploc bag that you could, because it's easier to hand out on trips. And I remember one time I just grabbed that bag and started eating out of it because I didn't know, I had no idea, and so I had ate half of this bag, and it wasn't all full of medicine. There were only like there were quite a few with like sleeping medicines in it, but most of it was just like pretzels and like trail mix, but for cars.
In the same bag?
In the same bag. It was for like munch on, so your parent, like I wouldn't realize, hey, this has medicine in it.
Yeah.
But I ate like half of the entire bag, and I was just a little loopy.
Well, that was the podcast. I really hope you enjoyed this week, and we'll see you all next week when we talk about. Actually, I have the thing that I can tell you what we're going to talk about because I'm so prepared like that. Give me 1 second. We're going to talk about books next week, so join us for that.
I love
I
books.
hope you had a really fun time. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.